Welcome to the Executive Summary. MJ DeMarco, known for his millionaire fast-lane philosophy, challenges the conventional wisdom of delayed gratification, urging leaders to embrace difficult choices now for a truly easier future. If that is the kind of edge you're looking for, like this video and subscribe now. Let's get into it. Most leaders believe that a clear path to success involves seeking efficiency, comfort, and the path of least resistance. MJ DeMarco, a self-made millionaire entrepreneur, argues this pervasive societal programming is a trap, leading not to freedom, but to perpetual mediocrity and unfulfilled potential. If you continue to prioritize immediate comfort over strategic difficulty, you risk stagnating your career, limiting your organizational impact, and ultimately sacrificing the profound freedom and influence you could otherwise achieve. This isn't merely about personal comfort. It's about the very trajectory of your leadership and the legacy you build. By the end of this analysis, you will possess a framework for identifying and rejecting the allure of easy paths, enabling you to consciously choose strategic difficulty that compounds into extraordinary long-term results for yourself and your enterprise. DeMarco's insights are forged from his direct experience building and selling a successful internet company, providing a pragmatic, battle-tested counter-narrative to conventional wisdom. We begin by examining the core problem that DeMarco contends is undermining modern leadership and personal autonomy. In a world increasingly defined by the pursuit of instant gratification and the commodification of comfort, MJ DeMarco's 2023 work, Choose Hard, Live Easy, emerges as a potent and necessary counter-narrative. DeMarco, a figure whose credentials are not academic but forged in the crucible of entrepreneurial success, having built and divested a significant internet company, brings a raw, unfiltered perspective to the principles of wealth creation, personal freedom, and strategic effort. This book is not a theoretical treatise. It is a distillation of lived experience, a manifesto for those disillusioned with the conventional wisdom of slow, incremental progress. The core problem DeMarco addresses is insidious: the pervasive societal tendency to seek the path of least resistance. This inclination, while superficially appealing, leads individuals and organizations alike into a state of long-term mediocrity, unfulfilled potential, and financial dependence. It is a subtle erosion of ambition, disguised as prudence or convenience. DeMarco contends that true, lasting success and profound freedom are not discovered by embracing comfort and ease, but by deliberately and strategically choosing difficult, uncomfortable, and challenging paths. These are the paths that, while demanding in short term, yield exponential returns and genuine liberation over time. Choose Hard, Live Easy is not a traditional leadership book in the conventional sense, yet its implications for leadership are profound and transformative. It challenges the very bedrock of how leaders are often taught to think about efficiency, risk, and long-term strategy. In an era where organizational stagnation can often be traced back to a collective aversion to discomfort and a preference for proven, yet often outdated, methodologies, DeMarco's work provides a radical alternative. It empowers leaders to cultivate resilience, embrace strategic thinking, and foster a long-term vision that transcends immediate gratification, both for themselves and within their teams. This book matters because it directly confronts the prevailing easy paths that, ironically, often led to organizational inertia and individual disillusionment. It is a call to action for entrepreneurs, ambitious professionals, startup founders, and any leader seeking to break free from conventional career trajectories and build significant wealth or impact through intelligent, strategic effort. DeMarco's central argument is unequivocal. The extraordinary life, the life of true freedom and impact, is not a consequence of avoiding difficulty, but of consciously choosing it, leveraging it, and allowing its compounding effects to redefine what is possible. It is a blueprint for those who aspire to more than just a comfortable existence, offering elite-level knowledge for navigating the complexities of modern success. Lesson 1. The Comfort Trap. The first critical insight from Choose Hard, Live Easy is the identification of what DeMarco terms the comfort trap. This principle asserts that contemporary societal programming actively encourages a path of least resistance, a preference for comfort, instant gratification, and passive consumption. While seemingly benign, this inclination ultimately leads to a life of dependence, regret, and unfulfilled potential. Leaders, in particular, must develop an acute awareness of this allure and actively resist its pervasive influence. DeMarco argues unequivocally that the easy path, characterized by unchecked consumerism, the burden of debt, and the fundamental exchange of one's finite time for a fixed income, is not a route to freedom, but a sophisticated trap. This paradigm, he suggests, is meticulously designed to keep individuals in a perpetual state of mediocrity, perpetually chasing the next fleeting comfort. True freedom, whether personal or organizational, demands a conscious rejection of this comfortable yet profoundly limiting paradigm. It requires an intentional pivot away from what feels good now, towards what builds enduring value. Consider a leader within an organization who consistently prioritizes short-term team morale boosts. This might manifest as avoiding difficult conversations, delaying necessary but uncomfortable restructuring, or assigning only easily achievable projects. While these actions might generate immediate, superficial contentment, they prevent the implementation of challenging, growth-oriented initiatives that are vital for the organization's long-term competitive edge and the team's professional development. This leader, by choosing the easy path of avoiding discomfort, inadvertently traps their team and organization in a cycle of stagnation, hindering their ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive. The temporary comfort of avoiding hard decisions ultimately leads to a far greater, more entrenched discomfort of irrelevance or decline. The challenge for you, then, is to critically examine your own leadership. What comfortable habits or decisions are you making today that are actively hindering your long-term leadership vision or the sustained growth and resilience of your organization? Are you delaying essential feedback, avoiding strategic risks, or clinging to outdated processes simply because they are familiar and less demanding? Lesson 2. Strategic difficulty. The second profound lesson from DeMarco's work is the crucial distinction between types of effort. Strategic difficulty. Not all hard work is created equal. Leaders must learn to differentiate between what DeMarco labels stupid hard, inefficient, unstrategic effort that yields minimal leverage, and strategic hard, focused, high-leverage activities that build enduring assets and scalable systems. The book emphasizes that merely working hard is an insufficient condition for achieving extraordinary success. The effort expended must be meticulously directed towards building scalable systems, developing valuable intellectual property, or creating unique value propositions that can generate leverage and impact far beyond one's direct, hour-for-hour time investment. Without this strategic lens, hard work can become a treadmill, exhausting resources without advancing true progress. It is the difference between activity and productivity, between effort and outcome. Consider the example of a pastor. A pastor could spend all their waking hours engaged in individual counseling sessions. While deeply valuable, this approach is inherently stupid hard in terms of scalability. Their impact is strictly limited by the hours they can personally dedicate. A pastor who embraces strategic hard, however, might invest significant time and effort in developing a robust small group leader training program and empowering a cadre of lay leaders. This initial, intense investment in system building allows them to scale discipleship efforts exponentially, reaching far more people and fostering a more resilient community than they could ever achieve through individual effort alone. The hard work shifts from direct service delivery to building the infrastructure for widespread impact. The challenge for you is to critically audit your own efforts. Are you confusing busy work with strategic impact? What hard tasks are you currently undertaking that could be classified as stupid hard? Tasks that consume significant energy but generate disproportionately low returns. More importantly, what strategic hard initiatives can you identify and prioritize, those that truly move the needle for your organization by building lasting systems and leverage? Lesson 3. The CHLE Mindset. The third core principle is the very essence of the book's title. The CHLE Mindset. Choose hard, live easy. This principle advocates for consciously opting for difficult, growth-oriented actions in the short term, specifically to secure long-term freedom, profound impact, and a genuine state of ease. It is a deliberate inversion of conventional thinking. DeMarco clarifies that this mindset is not an endorsement of perpetual suffering or an ascetic lifestyle. Instead, it is about a deliberate, often temporary period of intense, focused effort directed towards value creation and robust system building. This concentrated exertion, when strategically applied, then allows for a life characterized by greater autonomy, reduced stress, and the freedom to pursue one's highest aspirations without the constant pressure of immediate financial or operational demands. It is the understanding that true ease is not the absence of effort, but the result of strategic effort. Consider the archetypal entrepreneur. This individual might choose to work 80-hour weeks for several years, foregoing immediate luxuries, social engagements, and personal comforts, all to meticulously build a profitable tech startup from the ground up. This period of intense, self-imposed difficulty, the hard choice, is made with the explicit long-term goal of selling the company, thereby gaining financial independence and the profound freedom to pursue passion projects, spend time with family, or engage in philanthropic endeavors without financial constraint. The temporary discomfort is a calculated investment in a future of true ease and self-determination. The challenge for you is to identify a significant, uncomfortable, hard choice you can make in the next 90 days. This choice should be one that, if executed, would unlock disproportionate, easy benefits for your leadership, your career trajectory, or your organization within the next 5 years. What difficult decision, what challenging project, what uncomfortable conversation, if faced now, would fundamentally alter your long-term trajectory for the better? Lesson 4. Rejecting the get-rich-slow narrative. The fourth critical lesson from DeMarco is a direct challenge to deeply ingrained societal norms. Rejecting the get-rich-slow narrative. This principle posits that the conventional wisdom of slow, incremental wealth building, epitomized by traditional 401 plans, mutual funds, and linear career progression, is often a path to prolonged dependence, rather than true freedom. Leaders must actively seek accelerated, value-driven paths to impact and prosperity. DeMarco critiques the fundamental time for money paradigm and the gradual accumulation of wealth through traditional employment, which he argues keeps individuals tethered to a system that prioritizes security over sovereignty. He advocates instead for entrepreneurial ventures and the creation of assets that can generate significant income and wealth at an accelerated pace. This isn't about reckless speculation, but about strategic value creation that scales beyond direct hourly input. It's about building engines of wealth, not just earning a wage. Consider a military officer, a profession often associated with a clear, albeit slow, path to retirement and pension. Instead of solely relying on these traditional benefits, an officer who embraces DeMarco's philosophy might strategically invest in real estate development or launch a scalable business during their service. This proactive approach builds an alternative, accelerated income stream and asset base, offering far greater post-service freedom and options than the conventional get-rich-slow path alone. They are not rejecting the pension, but augmenting it with a faster, more leveraged path to financial independence. The challenge for you is to critically assess your current trajectory. Are you passively accepting a get-rich-slow strategy for your career, your personal finances, or even your organizational growth? Or are you actively seeking and implementing ways to accelerate value creation, amplify your impact, and build leverage that transcends the limitations of linear progression? Lesson 5. The producer versus consumer dichotomy. The fifth essential lesson from Choose Hard, Live Easy is the imperative for leaders to embrace the producer versus consumer dichotomy. This principle states that leaders must fundamentally shift their orientation from being passive consumers of products, services, and information to becoming active producers and creators of value, systems, and solutions. DeMarco highlights a fundamental truth. Genuine wealth and significant impact are primarily generated by those who create, innovate, and solve problems for others, not by those who merely consume. This pivotal mindset shift is not just beneficial, it is absolutely crucial for effective, impactful leadership. Consumption, while necessary to a degree, becomes a drain when it dominates one's orientation. Production, conversely, is the engine of progress and influence. Consider a senior executive. One executive might excel at managing existing departments, optimizing current processes, and consuming reports to make incremental improvements. This is a valuable, but largely consumer-oriented role. Another executive, however, moves beyond merely managing the status quo. They spearhead the creation of a new product line, launch a disruptive internal innovation lab, or develop a novel strategic framework that redefines the company's market position. This executive is a producer, a creator of future value, not just a manager of current assets. Their impact is exponentially greater because they are actively shaping the future, not just reacting to it. The challenge for you is to honestly evaluate your own contributions. In what areas of your leadership or even your personal life are you primarily a consumer, passively absorbing information, utilizing existing tools, or relying on other solutions? And more importantly, how can you intentionally shift your focus to become a producer or creator of value, actively shaping outcomes and building new solutions in those domains? Lesson 6. The power of systems and leverage. The sixth and final key lesson from DeMarco's work is the profound understanding of the power of systems and leverage. This principle asserts that true easy living, a life of freedom and profound impact, is not achieved through endless personal effort, but by strategically building systems that work for you, thereby creating leverage that multiplies your efforts and impact far beyond your direct time investment. DeMarco emphasizes that leaders should focus their strategic hard efforts on building scalable systems, delegating effectively, and automating processes. The ultimate goal is to decouple one's impact and income from the finite hours one can personally work. This is the pathway to true freedom, where your influence and prosperity are not constrained by your physical presence or direct labor. It is about building a machine that continues to generate value even when you're not directly operating it. Consider a church leader. A leader who tries to personally oversee every new volunteer's initial steps, from onboarding to training, will quickly become overwhelmed. Their impact will be severely limited by their individual capacity. However, a church leader who develops a comprehensive, self-sustaining volunteer onboarding and training system, complete with clear documentation, peer mentorship, and automated follow-ups, creates immense leverage. This system allows new members to quickly integrate, become proficient, and contribute meaningfully without the leader's constant direct involvement. The leader's initial strategic hard work in building the system now frees their time for higher-level leadership, vision casting, and strategic initiatives. The challenge for you is to identify a recurring task or process within your purview that currently demands significant direct involvement. What system or process could you design, optimize, or delegate this quarter that would significantly reduce your direct involvement in that task, thereby freeing up your invaluable time for higher-level leadership, strategic thinking, and creative problem-solving? To integrate these powerful principles into your leadership, here are 3 concrete actions you can take this week. Move 1. Identify your comfort traps. This week, dedicate time to honestly identify 3 distinct areas in your professional or personal life where you consistently choose the easy or comfortable option, even though your intuition tells you a harder, more strategic choice would yield significantly better long-term results. These might be difficult conversations you avoid, strategic risks you defer, or personal development efforts you postpone. Write these 3 down. Then, commit to consciously choosing the hard path for at least one of them before the week concludes. This deliberate act of choosing discomfort is the first step towards breaking the cycle. Move 2. Audit your hard work. Select one significant project or overarching goal you're currently pursuing, either individually or with your team. Meticulously differentiate between the stupid hard tasks, those that are inefficient, low leverage, or merely busy work, and the strategic hard tasks, those that are high impact, build systems, or create lasting leverage. Once identified, make a conscious effort to eliminate or delegate as many of the stupid hard tasks as possible. Then, reallocate that freed up energy and focus to double down on the strategic hard initiatives that truly move the needle for your objective. Move 3. Embrace a producer mindset. Choose one specific area where you are currently a passive consumer. This could be anything from habitually consuming social media feeds, passively reading news, or simply utilizing existing solutions without questioning their efficacy. For this entire week, dedicate at least 30 minutes daily to actively producing or creating something of value within that domain. This could involve writing an article or a thought piece, developing a new process for your team, brainstorming innovative solutions to an old problem, or creating a piece of content that educates or inspires. The goal is to shift from passive intake to active contribution. If you found this deep dive into MJ DeMarco's Choose Hard, Live Easy valuable, we encourage you to like this video. Your engagement helps us reach leaders seeking to elevate their impact. To ensure you never miss our in-depth analyses of the world's most impactful leadership books, subscribe to the executive summary and activate the notification bell. We are committed to delivering actionable insights directly to you every single week. Next week, we're breaking down the foundational principles of good to great by Jim Collins, exploring how ordinary companies achieve extraordinary, sustained performance. Remember, the path to profound impact and genuine freedom is paved not with ease, but with the temporary discomfort of strategic, deliberate hard work. Choose wisely. Embrace the challenge like MJ DeMarco suggests, and choose hard now for an easier future. If you found these insights valuable, remember to subscribe to the executive summary and hit the notification bell for more actionable wisdom.